Our next panelist is a celebrated. Our second panelist is the record holder for the fastest double century in one-day internationals. His score of 319 is considered to be the fastest by any cricketer on this planet. A test record that proves that he is one of the best cricketers in the world. Please put your hands together for Mr. Virendra Sehwag. Our next panelist is a celebrated bowler and certainly needs no introduction. He is the only bowler to be accredited with a 10-wicket haul in Test cricket. Need I say more? With such cricket stars on the dial, 1, 2, 3. A panel discussion is certainly incomplete without gentlemen, it is all yours.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I feel like I'm chief guest or something here. Two people here, all in red. Please note flowers are in red too. Right, we're going to. This is something that I would enjoy listening to. So hopefully I can ask the questions that all of you will enjoy listening to as well. Because it's an exciting theme. It's called the making of a sports star, and that's what Boost does. They're interested in sports stars, and we've got 4 stars over here. We sometimes look at John and think of John as a coach. He made 5,000 test runs, and he made a few against India too. And we in India love to hate him because he took the catch that denied Tendulkar becoming the youngest test centurion. So thanks for that, John. So we'll talk to John and Anil and Dhoni and Sehwag about these things. I just thought I'd set the scene about the making of a sports star, because I've had the opportunity of looking at a lot of people around, and I thought I'd talk to them about the role of talent. We celebrate talent such a lot, but also the little experiences that make people talk about a little bit about that. This is going to be a cricketing discussion, not a newsy discussion, by the way, sir. I'll start with the India cap in Ranchi. We were all in Ranchi recently, in Kharagpur. How much does that contribute to becoming the player that you've become?
Well, surprisingly, what people know about Ranchi, one of the factors, we used to have decent division cricket, which is, the district level or below district level, because one of the main reasons were the official teams. There were lots of official teams that used to operate over there. Mekon was one, Sale was one, Usha Martin used to play CCL, CMPDI. And when you have lots of these institutions, giving jobs to the players or stipend at the same time, it becomes a lot easier. And especially my dad used to work in Mekon, and I used to live next to the stadium. And Mekon used to have not only a cricket team, depending on season, they had a hockey team, they had a soccer team at the same time. So I grew up in an environment where sports was there, it had a significant role to play. School was next doors. The good thing was we had decent budget, When I started playing cricket for my school, that time we used to have Sunny Tunny and Dynamic Power bats, and they were quite expensive bats at that point of time. So, a lot of people think when you come from a small city, maybe the standard of cricket is not there, or, there's no cricket that's played over there. But surprisingly, Ranchi was different. We had good senior players to look up to. A lot of them were playing first class cricket and also Dilip Trophy. So I felt, looking up to them, it made the life a lot easier, though I never thought I would play for the country. So, it was just for the enjoyment aspect that we used to play cricket, and slowly got into the school team and then the district and everything. So I feel it's a bit tough, of course, coming from a small city. That makes you get tougher, get ready for life. But I don't think it's that tough nowadays. The reason being, all the matches are covered nicely by the media, and if you score runs consistently, you are projected well. So overall, I think there is not much of a difference. It's just the fact that you don't need to crib about what you don't have. Whatever facilities you have, try to make the most of it, and you'll be successful.
You can tell when you become the cricket captain that in one answer you tell everything that everyone wants to ask. So well done. Viru, make you value what you got, because sometimes, as he said, as the facilities increase, I find with a lot of young kids, maybe they're not valuing what they have. Did you find that because you had to work hard to get what you did, you valued what you got?
I think absolutely, because I still remember, there was no ground where I was living in Delhi's place name called is Najafgarh. The place is famous for gangsters, not for cricketers or not for anything else. And I was playing there and there was no facility, so I have to travel to at least 40 kilometers to practice and to play the game of cricket. So, and my mom and my dad told me that if you have to earn something, you have to work hard and you have to be patient and you have to concentrate on your focus. So whatever you want to do it with your passion. And till the time you are studying, you can do whatever you want to do. We will not ask you do this or do that. So thanks to my parents, they supported me really well. And I still remember that my mom was getting up with me at 4:30, making a lot of pratas for me, and so make sure I'll eat pratas before I leave home, and then I can have the same pratas in the lunch. And I think that hard work pays, and I was not expecting that I can play for India, because the way I was batting, I was scoring only 40-50 runs.
Well, surprisingly, what people know about Ranchi, one of the factors, we used to have decent division cricket, which is, the district level or below district level, because one of the main reasons were the official teams. There were lots of official teams, that used to operate over there. Mekon was one, Sale was one, Usha Martin used to play CCL, CMPDI. And when you have lots of these institutions, giving jobs to the players or stipend at the same time, it becomes a lot easier. And especially my dad used to work in Mekon, and I used to live next to the stadium. And Mekon used to have not only a cricket team, depending on season, they had a hockey team, they had a soccer team at the same time. So I grew up in an environment where sports was there, it had a significant role to play. School was next door. The good thing was we had decent budget, When I started playing cricket for my school, that time we used to have Sunny Tani and dynamic power bats, and they were quite expensive.
In Delhi's place name called is Najafgarh. The place is famous for gangsters, not for cricketers or not for anything else. And I was playing there and there was no facility, so I have to travel to at least 40 kilometers to practice and to play the game of cricket. So, and my mom and my dad told me that if you have to earn something, you have to work hard and you have to be patient and you have to concentrate on your focus. So whatever you want to do it with your passion. And till the time you are studying, you can do whatever you want to do. We will not ask you do this or do that. So thanks to my parents, they supported me really well. And I still remember that my mom was getting up with me at 4:30, making a lot of pratas for me, and so make sure I'll eat pratas before I leave home, and then I can have the same pratas in the lunch. And I think that hard work pays, and I was not expecting that I can play for India, because the way I was batting, I was scoring only 40-50 runs. So I never score 100.
You were scoring them in 15-20 balls?
Not in 50-20, yes, maybe 30 balls. And so my under 19 days, I just played 2 years for Delhi and just scored 100, and luckily I got selected for the under 19 World Cup team where Shrikant was the coach. and first time I met him and he was
With talent, you can go on and play for a long time. You need constant monitoring of that particular talent, which is extremely important. Identifying talent is one, but monitoring that kind of talent for a period of time till you start teaching them to become self-sufficient. I think that's the most important key in international sport, and I think that's the basic factor for me, identifying that talent and then keeping sure that they're progressing and doing all the right things, especially with so much of distraction and so much of other opportunities that people have currently. So that's the key for me to identify and then nurture it.
John, this talent just oozing out of India. There's everywhere you go, you see kids and they want to bat like Sehwag, they want to be like Dhoni, they want to bowl like Anil.
To see someone in a very early stage and say, okay, tomorrow you'll become a star. There's something, if there's something about a particular guy, you know he's a talented cricketer, but I feel nowadays, especially from that point till he becomes a great or a very good international cricketer, in between there are lots of distractions, there are lots of roads that go parallel to the roads that he's supposed to.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up, not me. How do you handle that? Because yours is a very busy life. You're captaining every format of the game, but also you're doing events like these to boost. You're making a decent amount of money. How do you keep fame, money, cricket? How do you keep all these separate?
Well, it's very easy. You concentrate on cricket.
No, it's not easy. A lot of people struggle.
No, the rest, everything follows with cricket. Because it's like a pack of cards, and if cricket is not there, nothing is there. So you only take care of the cricketing aspect and the stuff that you need to do. Everything else, it's like pack of.
Welcome, Virat, to the Boost Lego Stars. Virat, we deeply value your contribution to the game and look forward to an exciting journey with you. I would now request Dhoni and Sehwag to join Virat on stage.
It's an honor for me to be in the position that I am right now, and sometimes you do feel a bit not burdened, but you do feel a bit sort of pressurized by it. But that's all a part of being in that position. So I cherish what God has given me, and I try to live up to the responsibilities and the expectations of people, whatever they have from me, and for me to achieve right now. So I would say I want to be the achiever.
Score 100, and luckily I got to selected for the under-19 World Cup team where Srikanth was the coach. And first time I met him, and he seen my batting, he was calling me that you are Wim Richard of my team, and I was looking at him like I was shocked. I said, don't say this because I'm not. Don't compare me with Richard. So he said, no, your game is such a like that. If you work hard, concentrate on your batting skills, so maybe you will improve and you can play for India. And after that, I played for Delhi first class team and scored century in debut. So I think, and I learned a lot with Srikanth that how to respect, how to give respect to the people, and then you earn respect from the people if you give respect to the people. So thanks to Chika to teaching me all these small things.
Are some of them playing cricket for the wrong reason? What would you tell young kids on how to play cricket at that stage?
Before I answer this, it's not actually the 17 years old child, I've seen most of the parents coming up to me, their children or their child is 6 or 7, and they're like, he plays very good cricket, which academy we should push him to go to. I said, just let him enjoy cricket, don't push him. By 6 he will start playing cricket. After 10 years of cricket, when he's 16 or 17, he will retire from cricket. It's important that he enjoys the sport, 6, 7, that's a time when you want the child to enjoy it. Because if he's not enjoying it, he won't do it.
So you didn't talk about letting the ball go, about getting in position, getting two eyes?
No, because you can't get in the way of talent, and he did most things correctly, maybe the head being very still in his stance. and all we used to talk about, I think, was, well, he'll tell you, watch the ball play straight. That's the only thing we ever said. And then maybe get 100. And with Anil,
What makes him a star?
well, he was one of
That's
the
our theme today, the making
he was
of a
one of the
sports
leaders, and he knew what he was doing. He was at a different stage. Any coach could have turned up, and it wouldn't have. He knew what he was doing.
You're an interesting person to ask, because a lot of the time, parents of children who are here, parents of children who drink boost, they say, but my son has to study. And you did both.
Yeah, you need a good, see, it's not just a good body that you need a sound mind as well for you to be a successful person. And in sport, you need both. You need, a sound body and a sound mind, and you can do both. It can't go parallel, it has to go together.
My parents never said, you need to study, but at the same time, they never said you have to play. It was more about time management. And I still remember 12th board exams, and I was supposed to play cricket and give exams. So I was pretty worried how I will, go to my dad and tell him I'm supposed to play in between the games. And he was quite relaxed. What he said was, if you have studied the whole year, this one day won't matter. And if you have not studied the whole year, still that one day won't matter. So he was pretty, focused about, he knew me quite well, and he was like, if you have studied, doesn't matter, go and play.
आपने कैसे मैनेज किया?
मुझसे किसी को एक्सपेक्ट ही नहीं था कि मैं 10th या 12th के बोर्ड क्लियर करूँगा. It was very easy for me. तो सब लोग ये सोचते थे ये तो पास ही नहीं हो सकता. So when I gave the exam and got the result that I passed in 10th board, they were very happy. So they don't bother about the 12th board. They knew that, whatever he'll do, he'll pass the 12th board also.
But you bowled and bowled and bowled and bowled. What was the secret of your energy?
For me, it was discipline. I had to train. I was not someone who, could relax and just be myself, because for me, the hand-eye coordination, my eye was not the best. So I had to really train on the field with regard to, taking catches or being out there. At the same time, post the injury, shoulder injury in 2000, I had to really work hard on my shoulder, because that was my bread and butter, to bowl all those overs. So I had to really work hard, keep it going till the time I retired.